and pink.
That's good. Oh, hello. Right, so this is part 2 of part 2. Technically part 3, I was just trying to say. Now this is very hot. We don't know how hot because the thermometer is not working. But it is boiling, and it's been boiling away for about 3 minutes. So, what we're going to do is test to see.
Bubble coming up to the pink.
It's got pink bubbles coming up, hasn't it? That shows that it's boiling because all of that water is evaporating.
Oh.
And that's what happens when things boil. Water evaporates very quickly and it's going away. And that means that you're left with a sugar water solution. So hopefully that sugar water solution, all of that sugar and all of that water are partying and mingling together, and there's no excess water just hanging about ready to welcome some germs in. You know, some scoundrels and rogues that are going to cause us into trouble. That's what we're hoping. But how do we know without the thermometer? Well, we get our very cold plate. And what we do is we take a teaspoonful and we put the... I'm going to have to do this over by the camera, aren't I? You put a teaspoonful, or less than a teaspoon, just a bit, on the very cold plate. And then you put that, so already I don't think it's there because I think it's too runny. You put that in the cold fridge and you leave it. And then you do a little song and dance. Xanthe, do you know any song and dances?
No.
You
We
must.
know chocolate bar.
Okay, sing Twinkle Twinkle Chocolate Bar then.
Okay, let's sing it together.
Okay, on 3.
No, 5.
On 4.
No, 5.
Okay, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Twinkle, twinkle, chocolate bar. Daddy drives a rusty car. How else does it go?
And then...
Oh, push the button, pull the choke. Driving off in a cloud of smoke.
Yeah, turn it in the
There you go. You didn't know that song, did you? Well, you probably did, actually.
No, this is actually the cane one. Because we can't get off now.
Right. Now, let's just check. It's been about a minute. Right. But as you can see, still runny. Right. Let's put that back in the fridge.
Why we don't want it to be running?
Because we don't want it to be running. Because what we want is for it to gellify. It's going to turn into jelly. And you can tell that by it wrinkling up. Now, hopefully this is going to happen very soon. If I had my thermometer, I would be able to tell you, because it would have got to 106 degrees Celsius, and it can stay at 106 degrees Celsius for a few minutes. But my thermometer isn't working. It's not working because the batteries run out. I don't know. They worked perfectly yesterday. It didn't say your batteries are going to run out tomorrow. Did it?
No.
No.
Maybe we had a bit more too long.
I think you were measuring too many temperatures, weren't you, Xanthe?
Oh.
How many temperatures did you measure yesterday?
5.
5? And what were the temperatures?
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
6, 7, 8, 9 and 10?
Yeah.
Interesting. Right, shall we have another go at this test? Now, what's probably going to happen is this is going to take forever, right? And I haven't got forever, so I'm going to, if this doesn't work, I'm going to show you the next stage. We'll just pretend it worked. Now, I don't think that's going to work because it's the same as before. So we're going to pretend that this has stayed together in one place, and when you poked it with a spoon, maybe after you put it in the fridge for a minute or two, it's gone all wrinkly, and it's you'd know, you're going to know. It's going to be fine. This could take a bit longer. So what I'm just going to do is show you what to do in the next stage, and after I've turned this camera off, I'm going to go back to this and I'm going to boil it for longer, and then I'm going to do the next stage again. But I'm not going to do that now, even though I'm not live. I could just stop it, but I've got to cook dinner and things, so let's not do that. Right, I'm going to take Xanthe off this. It's all going to go over there. I'm going to move that to there. I'm going to use these. Now, I happen to have a special funnel. This special funnel, which I've been putting in the steam over there, is now sterile. Until I've just touched this gross thing. But anyway. Yes, you can have a biscuit. That is a special funnel for putting stuff into jam jars. If you don't have one of those, you can use a normal funnel because there's nothing thick and lumpy in this. Or you can just put it into a jug and pour it from the jug into the jam jar. whatever is easiest for you. But try and make sure everything is sterile.
Daddy, look, more bang on my hair.
Alright, and then that is a jam jar. This is a jam jar. This jam jar, the inside of which is pretty sterile. As soon as you take it out of the oven. It's not what? No, I need this area. You can't be there because I get to move. Right, so this, I'm trying not to touch the inside of it because that's the bit that I care about. And then I am going to, this is dangerous, this bit's Xanthe.
Okay.
So be careful, you stand back. Now, if Imogen was here, she would be demanding that I did it all backwards, but I'm not going to do it backwards because it's too dangerous. I'm going to do this carefully. No, in fact, I am. I'm going to get a jug. Which, I want a glass jug. Don't use plastic jugs for very hot stuff, is my advice. Because they become flexible. Now, look at that beautiful colour. Beautiful, isn't it? Right. And that can just pour straight into there. And we're going to make sure it fills right up. A little bit more in.
Why don't you do it right up?
Because you want as lit. That's a very good question, actually, Xanthe. The reason why you want to fill that right up is because you want as little air to go in there as possible. So you want that to go right up to there. And then I'm going to, using my asbestos fingers, I wouldn't recommend doing this at home, but
it's very hot.
yes, so use a tea towel like that. Tea towels are better than oven gloves for this job. You keep the jam jar still and the jar stop moving, and then you turn it so it's as tight as possible. And then once that creates the pressure inside there, that will create a vacuum seal, and theoretically it will be good to go forever. And that is going to, this won't gellify, but at home you're going to gellify it. It's going to be wonderful. If it doesn't gellify, just boil it a bit longer. It's fine. Or just say you made syrup. Oh, I made this wonderful syrup. It's delicious, and use it as cocktails. But yeah.
Daddy, can we see how it's wet?
You want to teach them which biscuit's which? Okay, you can teach them which biscuit's which.
Okay. Stop. Now, this biscuit is custard cream biscuit, and this biscuit is chocolate biscuit.
Okay, brilliant. So for further biscuit videos, do follow Xanthe on Instagram, on Facebook, and on YouTube. She's going to be the next superstar of the culinary world, aren't you, Xanthe?
Daddy, this is custard cream biscuit, and this is chocolate biscuit.
The chocolate biscuit is called a bourbon biscuit. Did you know that?
This is the chocolate one.
Yeah, it's called a bourbon biscuit.
This is a bourbon biscuit.
Oh.
And what's the custard cream biscuit called?
Custard cream.
Custard cream.
Right, thank you very much. That is us for today. We shall see you. Technical hitches, obviously we're going to have loads, but that's fine. What would life be like without technical hitches? Bliss. But there we are. See you tomorrow. Have a lovely evening. Have fun. Good.